and recharge oddball is where we find ourselves, and this is a game type which both teams very, very well versed in. My question to you, Andy, is do you think that Cloud9 are going to be able to recover now, or do you think that the damage has already been done in this series by OpTic?
Can they recover? Absolutely. I think, will they recover? I don't know. I think it's a tall order, and based on the momentum we're seeing, I think OpTic closes this series out. Of course, we can't count Cloud9 out, but they're going to have to pull out something special if they want to bounce back in this series.
Well, no messing about. We're straight into this game number 3, and a little bit of a slow start for both teams here. Nobody wanting to give each other the advantage. Lucid going to take that mid-bridge angle. Eco actually is going to get the first one, and now once again, it's the man who loves to flanking once more. He's going to grab himself the camo. Get bonked on the head, though, by Stella to take him out. 2 dead for Cloud9. Nobody able to get control of that ball quite yet, but Stella moving through the pipes might have to flank onto Formal.
Yeah, you can kind of tell that once Lucid took damage at control, he was just playing for the burn on the camo. That's exactly what he did, so he's going to be happy with how that one ended, but the ball will be rotated already through long.
Stella, a really important part of this push coming in as well. He's going to take down Lucid. He's got Formal to deal with. There's the repulsor. Formal had the shock rifle, and you're kind of worried for Stella there. If I'm in that position, I see a player falling back and fading away with a shock in his hand. More often than not, I find myself in the death screen. It wasn't to be that time. The repulsor certainly, I think, just knocked Formal's shot off.
Especially if that player's name starts with 4 and ends in mole, then I'm even more scared. But really thankful for Stellar that he had the repulsor. Oh! RPG and the double on the triple as well. He's not done. One more player left. Can he get the over on Lucid? Gonna come around. In the end, he's probably gonna clean this up. It will not be an over, but Stellar putting the team on his back. Big damage and will be points on the board as well.
Well, that was nice, wasn't it? That was a highlight for sure. Production, if you needed a little bit of an indication of some highlights to put for this show, then Stella is providing it to you now. Do not go away from this man's screen right now. He's got plenty more ammo to play with. And if C9 needed a spark to get back into this, it is Stella. 7-0 at the moment and not missing.
Oh my God, and gotta think that win on Formal means even more now, and thank God he had that repulsor. Staying alive here as much as he can on C-Plat. Formal sneaks under the tag, though, and it's a 3-man OpTic push, very well executed, and the ball will play.
Formal gonna get his shock rifle back as well. Okay, Stella, you had your fun. Let me have my weapon back now. Stella. Okay, you survived for now, but the ball is in the hands of OpTic. Looks like they're going to try and rotate this one towards the elevator. And as you just saw on your screen, a little bit of a weapon drop to Trippy. He's got the camo, he's got the shock, and he's got all of the toys you need to make some plays.
See what Trippy can do here to stay alive. Perfectly lines up the shot. Knows there's a player on the right bat. Helps out with the second. That will be 3 dead. Eco's the last one alive. 4 dead. Should be ball time for OpTic here.
So a bit of a lead off the rip after those Stella kills, 47-24, but that is going to be closing now as OpTic do have that set up in and around elevator.
It's a moment out of the potions room there as the invisibility cloak runs out. get caught with your pants down in hydro.
You're such a nerd.
Trippy has to stay alive. He's like, oh crap, as that camo runs out, but somehow stays alive at top control. 2 dead for the side of OpTic. Make that 3 dead for just a second.
C9 have got that ball in their hands as well. Lucid's going to be flanking. It looks like he's down low on the double stacks, but Stella cleans them up. So Formal's going to be the closest player alive here to really do any kind of damage. And Penguin going to be moving away with that off ball as well. Formal trying to push in, trying to do damage. And Formal doing a huge job here, actually. As the first player forward to get a kill and get out with your life, you can't ask more of a player.
Nice little rotate here from him as well. He's going to bring this to C-Plat, wondering where spawners are. He doesn't see long haul spawners, so wisely comes down the ramp, so he's in position to play ball. Looks like he's going to be ready for that. The pressure comes in. Finally, he'll grab a few extra seconds, and the ball will play once again. And good timing, because they still have 2 dead.
Yeah, a lot of grace on that fall as well. 9.5 out of 10 Formal. Look good going into the water. Not a lot of splash as well. That's what people look for. Oh, jeez. Nobody's missing at the moment with this thing. Seriously, Trippy. It's quite the highlight reel at the moment. I think people are going to have to work pretty hard to get into it.
You certainly are. Not easy to get into this list right now. It has been a who's who and an incredible set of clips just to start this game off alone. That was 3 dead. Trippy was the last player alive, but of course he hits a long distance nade on Eco to help even the tides just a bit. And just like that, it will be 2 dead. And he's actually going to grab the ball, rotate to Whirlpool. So quite a play for your last player alive.
Yeah, smart play here from Trippy as well, recognizing where the spawns were, recognizing that Cloud9 had overextended a little bit as well towards that C plat. So he's going to be able to just scrap a little bit of time, but with kills going against his team, he's going to have to throw that ball out, maybe look to just slay out for a few seconds. There's one. Penguin got away with no shields, but big damage being done by Trippy, and those kind of kills, that kind of staggering can help you not only maybe get the ball out and hold a team off on their push, but also allow your teammates just to get back into the map ASAP.
Yeah, almost got the second kill on Danger as well. Still, the first kill alone was impressive, but that allows, just like you said, moments like this where Lucid tries to fly in. Stella, though, with banks the nade off of that pillar in Whirlpool. That's going to keep things a little less interesting. Bound is the last player alive, trying to play ball. The ball will not roll far enough. Little Happy Gilmore moment. Trippy going to stay alive and rotate the ball once again, and maybe a lead change coming in just a moment.
Yeah, what a round this has been of oddball. Everybody popping off, everybody taking turns to provide us with moments to remember, but it is going to be OpTic who will go into a lead now. 2 minutes 13 on the clock, so a lot of time left. Maybe a little catch here from Eco. No, he's going to challenge the kill instead. Trade comes in from Trippy to get the play ball in the trade there from Trippy. You couldn't ask for more once more. Formal now with a chance to add to the collection of clips we've seen so far. Instead, it's just going to be a little bit of an electric shave this time for Stella, but nothing too dangerous.
Looks like a scene out of Cirque du Soleil there. C9 synchronized swimming team coming across there. Just 3 players gracefully falling and challenging a player in elevator. Really nice. But they will find themselves 2 dead. APG and crew just trying to work, stay alive at C-stairs if they can to continue pressuring the ball, but we could not ask for a better round number 1. It's 78-74, only a 4-point round in game number 3.
4-point round, and you feel like if they can pick up the kills they need to. Formal just got an overkill.
Oh my god.
That's one way of cleaning house, is just send in Formal. H4F for sure. I mean, the man has just cleaned house, and now he's got a shock. OpTic have the ball in their hand, and most importantly, with around 1 minute 30 left on that game clock. Oh, they've got a lead as well.
H4F's in the chat without a doubt. 90 points on the board. 4 dead again. Back-to-back 4 dead. That is the round. My god, OpTic, what a way to end this round number 1.
Maybe a +1 here for Formal, just to close things out. Not to be, but OpTic with that last second push with the overkill from Formal will take home the first round here. And people at home, and Andy, it's now 1 round away from OpTic calling themselves champs.
And not just that, but would be a 3-0 sweep if they close it out, of course, in the game, maybe even in this round, to not really sacrifice any points on the board throughout these grand finals. OpTic Gaming looking so strong so far. Formal picking up where he left off as well.
A very, very close round that was just decided, I was going to say, by a crazy play, but the whole round was filled with crazy plays, and that was what all of the time came off the back of for both teams. Whether it was Stella with that triple kill, whether it was the final overkill coming in from Formal, whatever it was, that was how teams got their time on the board. That's how close they are. As Lucid is going to be challenging here on the mid-bridge, but do not challenge Penguin. He's got camo, but he's also got a pretty damn good BR.
You thought Lucid there as the last player alive was going to take down the camo player. Certainly based on his performance so far this tournament, he was poised to do that. But as you say, Penguin putting up some great resistance. Does what he can to try to bounce back in this series. But this has been a one-way series without a doubt.
Cloud9 with a little bit of ball time to start with, though. APG gets the stick. I think actually managed to clean the kill up before the plasma grenade even detonated. So Cloud9 now trying to rotate that ball, get that play. It's Bound who makes the play, but Trippy will be there to clean him up. Penguin taken down. Great communication again here from OpTic Gaming as the little fadeaway comes in this time from Formal, who, with the way he's playing at the moment, Andy, you can just see the confidence starting to ooze through his veins. I
mean, look at this. You got Formal on 13 kills, Lucid on 15 kills. This is actually the first game of the finals, by the way, where Lucid isn't leading in the kills category. He was moments ago in the last round. Picks up another one on Bound. Tries to connect on Whirlpool. Finally, he'll get taken down, but not before going 19 and 13. Huge numbers from Trippy.
2 points, the difference between the two teams at this point as well. APG versus Penguin. Going to be a trade between the two. OpTic find themselves 2 down. Numbers advantage here to Cloud9, but that's going to be Lucid falling as well. So Formal is the last player alive and no shields to speak of. Is going to be falling to his death. Now the rotation with the ball might be coming in towards pipes or maybe towards blue. It looks like a hold for now, though. as they're getting aggro. Lucid should be taken down here by Bound, but instead Formal going to find himself as last alive, and Bound is going to run that ball straight towards him. Maybe he's going to have to get that call from a teammate that is not the way to try and rotate this op ball.
Let's see, a nice job there to hit the slide to get away. Maybe a play ball in Mangler Pit. Thought about it, but then the nades come in and gets punished. 2 dead for both sides. 3 dead. Lucid, last player alive for OpTic. We'll see what his decision is going to be here. Maybe he's going to think about pressuring as well. Instead goes for the control play, which I like. Going to make sure to anchor here for the team and just wait for some help.
Yeah, needs to get some damage done before even thinking about moving across those catwalks. The respawners probably coming in at pipes. They can jump up that ledge. They can do all sorts of damage. But Eco, he's starting to use everything that's on the map. You can see remote detonations being used. And Lucid taking all these routes, but just can't find bodies at the moment to do damage to. Bound in a big 1v1. And Penguin just scarpering away now with that op ball in his hands. That play and this hold from Cloud9 has changed the look of this round.
Certainly now, Penguin continuing to hold. I think Penguin's also going to play that ball down. Formal's just going to fly right in. Those kills will be traded out, but one thing we have to note once again, there's a big outlier on the side of C9. It's Eco. He's 26 and 18 again. Also big assist coming in from Bound and Penguin as well. Nothing like that in the assist category on the OpTic side. So far, it's been a good second round for Cloud9, but they need to close it out.
Yeah, they certainly do. It's a really good point that you raise, actually. The assists certainly stacking up here for Cloud9. OpTic nowhere near as close. And you have to wonder, maybe that's a little bit of weaponry they've had in their hands, maybe a sword, you know, just a couple of those things you're not going to get assists off the back of. Seems a little bit strange that they were able to win that round without having stats that kind of match. But Lucid, I mean, Penguin, you're dead as well, my friend. Just don't even bother. Lucid is having his turn with the shock rifle now, and he's got a grapple to grab the camo as well.
Oh, what the?
Oh, we've all been there. He pressed the wrong buttons.
No. I think that grapple needed to go to the shop. There was something wrong with it. That grapple right at the end just kind of gave up right at the very end. But continued ball time. Yeah, there you go. Another one here for Lucid. Picks up another one. 3 dead. Eco's the only player alive, and he's trapped at elevator. This will be continued time and a potential lead change. Lucid's still alive with plenty of shock, plenty of camo to play with.
Yeah, if I'm alive right now and I'm Eco, I've come off respawn in an elevator, I'm going to be the first person in Halo Infinite history to hope that the elevator goes down for once and just goes under the map. Because no one is missing with this thing at the moment. No one.
My God, Lucid just continuing to put on a show, and as we suspected, a potential lead change here, and if not that, at least the tie game here is 54-53. Now that entire Cloud9 lead has been put away. Oh God! Poor Eco. Receiving end.
I thought you were going to say pour one out for Eco, because that would have been as applicable. 57-54. That's the score right now. Bound. No swimming trunks needed for him right now as he stays on the map. Lucid will fall, but only a slim lead here for OpTic Gaming. Even with those huge kills being picked up, and Eco is going to steal that ball away with the grapple.
Not just that, keep in mind, Eco's already on 30s, 30 and 23. Eco has been popping up even in games and series where they've been losing like this. Eco has been putting up unbelievable numbers here. Quite an impressive game from him, but we'll have to see once again if they can close this out. Leading the game once again, though, 64-57.
2-2 on the map. Eco now getting out of the sticky situation he found himself in just a few moments ago. APG and Formal going to be pushing through the pipes, but there's going to be chasing shadows at the moment as Eco has managed to transfer himself to the other side of recharge here in the tower. So Cloud9 probably looking at that game clock and thinking, let's think about slaying out right now. Let's not think about that ball too much. Let's look to just keep our reticles traced on these OpTic players, pick up the kills where we need to. But the difficulty for them now, if you just saw in the kill feed, is that Formal has a sword. And if OpTic can get this ball back to pipes, then there might be a problem of breaking in.
Might be a ball grab here. There was 2 dead for the side of C9, as you said.
3 dead.
Ball grab does come into gold. Formal still with the sword, and he's got some ideas as well. Gonna realizes that the kill comes in elevator, so kind of a weird double back there. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication that comes in, but regardless, the rest of this OpTic Gaming team, especially Formal and Trippy, right back on par with Lucid here, all in the 20s. Eco somehow, by the way, is still 34 and 24.
Yeah, Eco going a little bit wild here, but OpTic going a little bit wild, as in this could be a 3-0 pretty soon if C9 aren't careful. 80 points and rising here for OpTic Gaming. This pipes hold has been solid. This might be the last push that's going to be coming in, and with that kill from APG, It's going to be Cloud9 with 2 players in that death screen. Eco picks up 1. Trippy, though, he's picking up the ball. He's got his thumb in the eye of that skull. And with that, it might as well be a trophy because he can lift it above his head as OpTic Gaming will close out the Pro Series number 6 as your champions.
Oh my God, and what a way to do it, folks. The polar opposite from their performance last week. Not only did we see their first win against Cloud9 in a series in HCS play earlier today, we now see a championship win from them and make it a 3-0 sweep as well in the grand finals. OpTic Gaming are your champions here in the NA Pro Series.
And no one can doubt that performance. It was dominant. I mean, they didn't look like they were struggling at any point against Cloud9 in either of the series, to be honest with you. The teamwork in that grand final, though, Andy, it was exceptional. And that's what we want to see from OpTic, right? That level that they're hitting right now looks like a new level for even OpTic. They seem to have found another gear. And if they can play with that consistently, especially when we get to events, which is, you know, where they want to perform themselves the most, then this is a scary looking lineup.
Scary indeed, and equally scary is going to be the stats from this game. And like we said, a lot of players stepping up in big ways in this game. Formal will go 24 and 23, but with 14 assists. Lucid 28 and 24. Trippy as well, 25 and 21, just big numbers across the board.